Okay, so the computer says we're live, so woohoo! We are live tonight. Welcome everybody, and please let me know in the comments if you can hear me all alright. According to me, everything should be okay, but you never know. So, hello, by the way, hello Marlena and hello Johan. I'm hoping you guys can hear me, right? So, we are doing another wide design, as in wide. It's so weird because it's technically not wide, but it's more long design. Okay, it's a long design. Let's put it this way. Last time we did, and it was full of flowers, was really nice. And this time I just wanted to do kind of a night sky. And the funny part is I used a different pencil, and it's really it was a really soft pencil, and for some reason all the paper got a bit stained because of that, because of the graphite. But it's okay, we're gonna cover it up, so you know, I'm not all too worried. So let's get into it. I am making sure that, let's wait, I am putting all my windows here so I can watch also the chat, hoping people that are joining can also let me know if we chat or not. Okay, cool. We're going to start by doing the sky, and so this is going to be the sky, and then these are going to be the flowers, of course, and the moon. Now, off the bat, you notice something strange, right? What's up with the moon? Why is it there? What happened? Well, the moon happened that don't know what I was thinking, and I put it smack in the middle of the paper. It should never have been here. It should have been way to the side and probably falling off the edge from a composition point of view. I have no idea why I put it here, but we're gonna roll with it because it's still a nice, I mean, I'm still happy with the flowers. I'm still happy with everything. And it's gonna be fine. Okay, by the way, my cat is awake and you know, following me around, so we're just gonna go ahead and do some cool stuff. So you might wonder, the sky, how we're gonna do it, what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a combination of maybe indigo and shadow violet. These two are here, and so indigo is a dark blue and shadow violet. By the way, I'm using my Daniel Smith and Schminke palette tonight, and let's get into it. Now I'm going to have to be very careful. I'm just going to put lots of water into the indigo and into the shadow violet, and I'm using a number 5, so I can still go around those flowers. What I'm most scared of is going around the flowers, because I made them very intricate, so that's gonna be very interesting how we're gonna go. Okay, so indigo. Why am I using indigo? Because it's a new really nice dark sky color, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna mix very well with the other. Look how nice and dark it is. The flowers are gonna be super light, so tum. I just went with it. I just went with it. Normally I would have used my Japanese watercolors, and for some reason tonight I just wanted to use this one. I think I'm not using this palette a lot, and considering the amount of money I spent into actually making a palette like this, I'm starting to get worried. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use it. And I like indigo because it's also super granulating, so, you know. And the shadow, shadow violet is really dark violet, and it blends in beautifully with the indigo. So that's gonna be my sky. and I'm going to have to see whether or not we need 2 layers or just 1 layer. Okay, but for now let's stick with the first layer and let that one dry, and then we can take care of the flowers. Normally I would never start with the background, right? I will start with the flowers, but then I'm thinking there's so many flowers that, you know, if I mess up the background, then all that work that will go into making the flowers is gonna go to waste. So that's why. And of course there's gonna be I'm gonna have to have stars in it and stuff, right? I'm actually considering adding some potter's pink here and there. Okay, potter's pink is just to make things a little slightly bit more colorful. Okay, coming in with water and going around. Now my cat is joining us, so hi Hap. He's going to want to see what's going on here. He's gonna have fun. He's probably going to press on my keyboard right now. And that's going to be interesting. If you see very very funny stuff happening, though it's my cat on the keyboard, he's playing with the keyboard. So luckily I have another window as the main window, so he's not gonna type into the super chat, but you never know what he's pressing and what he's not pressing. So yeah. Just wanted to make sure that we have a nice blend here. This is gonna dry slightly lesser dark, and like when you work with the Japanese watercolors, the sumie, those are much more opaque, so you can actually do all of this in one layer, because it's not gonna get all that light. But these are actual normal watercolors, and that's why I wanted to actually use it today, so that you all can see what the difference is, and to understand that when you're using normal transparent watercolors, it takes a while to get, especially on a large area, to get the intensity that you want. So we're gonna see it, and we're gonna observe it, and we're gonna observe it go super light a lot of times. So yeah, and I'm going to continue with that violet in here. Still a nice bloom here, right? It's going to be nice. Okay, so let me add some more water to both of these pans of color. So we're gonna do, I'm going to do this part, and I am really using the number 5, and I'm not sure if I would dare start to use a number the number 6, because that's a little bit too big, and I'm not sure if I have the correct control right now. Like the brushes, although the numbers seem very close together, there could be a very big difference between the number 6 and the number 5. It could be a very big difference in the amount of water it can hold, and so on. So I would say that I'm not yet daring to go to the number 6. Oh wow, I put quite some water here. Let's see. Yep. Now let's go up. And we're gonna go around. So this is actually one of the great exercises you can do to improve your brush work, is try to go with the brush and do a kind of a flat wash around an object like this, like very complicated object with rounded corners and so on. And if you do that enough times, then you get enough. Oh, hello. Hello, Guadalupe. Welcome. So I was actually watching another YouTuber, and she's one of my favorite artists. Sorry to say, not gonna lie, but Danica Sills, and she has one video where she talks about, you know, how to practice, how to start having a flat wash. And then the trick is to have lots of these objects with weird forms, and I would say that leaves are weird forms, right? And try to paint around them. And this is how you can go from a smaller brush to a bigger brush, because you practice and you practice some more, right? And I haven't practiced as much as I should, but I think I'm getting better. I'm not yet at the level of a number 6 brush or a number 8. I mean, I'm seeing some people using the number 8s and the number 12. And those people are, wow, experts, I would say, right? I'm happy with the number 5 for now. Trying to figure out, okay, yeah, that's still sky here. I'm going a bit over the lines, but that's fine. You know, I'll do that, the upper part, later on a bit. Let's do some more layer here. The closer, and this is the awkwardness part, is I'm trying not to move it so that it actually, I know for sure that it's in the camera, but it's much easier when the piece is closer to you. What you need to paint is closer to your face, because then you see. Yep. Okay, now let's do the underneath part. Dun, dun, dun. So what happened? Today was Sunday, was a beautiful day. I haven't seen this weather in almost a month. We only had rain and rain and rain, and now today was actually sunny. Okay, don't imagine that it was like summer, like, but at least it wasn't cold, and I could go out and have a walk. And in the morning I went biking. Don't know if you all are into biking, but I went biking in the morning, and it was so nice. It was like super sunny, and then there was kind of mist on the ground level, and I biked through a small little forest, and it was so nice and eerie with you know, in the upper parts the sun was shining, and then on the ground there was this mist rolling in. It really felt like a vampire movie, to be honest, right? Let's be honest here. But it was so nice. I was so smiling. I was like all smiles. Like I biked like 20 kilometers. Sometimes I wish I could bike like this always, but I'm just realizing that next week when I'm gonna do my bike, it's probably gonna be very early in the morning, and I'm not gonna experience the sun and the heat, because it's gonna be like 5 in the morning. It's gonna be a bit dark, but you know, I built my energy now in the weekend with the awesome weather. So hopefully next week it's going to help me much better survive, let's put it this way. Like I really missed the sun and the awesomeness. So next week I'm hoping that I'll feel better because I experienced this in the weekend. Autumn starts to show because I'm seeing a lot of leaves like dying and so on. So this is how I know that autumn is coming. So we didn't really have much of a summer to begin with, and now autumn is there. And the nice part is I get to see all sorts of leaves and I get to see all sorts of nice stuff. They start to be yellow and browns and all the nice colors. So hey, I'm still happy. Autumn is one of my favorite parts of the year because there's so many colors. Like, okay, in the summer is nice because everything is green, but autumn is where everything changes and so on. And I cannot believe how fast the time has gone. Like, we were just beginning of the year, just very recently, and I don't know how. I don't see how this time has gone so fast. Now we're already September. It feels like yesterday that we were in the beginning of the year. So many things have happened. What I can say, I miss my friends, I miss meeting with them. Still haven't met, but hopefully somewhere end of September we're gonna be able to meet, so that's going to be nice. I just wanna be able to talk to people. Oh yeah, I got permission. Oh, the funny part is I got permission to go to the office next week on a Tuesday. Middle of the week on a Tuesday I got permission to go because the office is still kind of closed. Only, you have to ask for permission before you go there, and they approved me, so I'm going to meet actually with some colleagues, which is finally very good because wow, I got tired of just meeting people online, so I just wanna talk to people and go for a lunch. And I'm hoping not eating too unhealthy, but go for a lunch. So at least that's ongoing, let's put it this way. Notice how intricate this part is because I have to do it in between. I think it would have been much easier to just have gone with maybe, normally some people would do it with masking fluid and they will mask the flowers and then they will go and do the sky or the background. I took the hard route, but mainly because I wanted to practice going around objects with my big brush. Don't pin me on it. I might not have done it perfectly, but I think it's okay. Okay. Here is a lot of leaves that are interlacing each other. So I'm trying, I don't even know if it's in, is it in, you can see here what I'm doing. And this is where the nice round pointy brush really helps, because with the point you can go really around objects, and then with the brush, when you have a bigger part, you can really go with the belly of the brush and drag it around, and then you get really nice coverage. Okay, so I've decided that, and this is what my shirt is today. I have a shirt. It's with a hippopotamus looking at the poster, running on a treadmill and looking at the poster of an unicorn, because that's what I wanna be. I wanna be a unicorn, and I've decided I'm starting my, let's say, my program of losing weight again. I used to do this, and I lost lots of weight in the past, but of course, due to the circumstances, I kind of stopped that, and now I was gaining back, and I've decided that, you know, from next week, well, technically even from this weekend, I started with you know, meal prepping again and taking care of what I eat, because, and this is a true story, so I really want to go to the office again, and I was trying on clothes, right, and I realized almost nothing fits me anymore, and I just got so upset about it, and I've decided that this cannot be where it ends. So I have a goal till the end of the year to go get back into shape, so that at least my clothing fit again, so I don't have to buy new clothing. So apologies in advance, maybe in some of the live streams I'll be very grumpy, but that's because I'll be on a diet, so it's gonna be fun. Today I had some more fun drawing a lot, so I've been drawing like crazy. I think I have 5 or 6 big pieces like this. I was somehow on a spur of inspiration, call it inspiration. So I drew a lot, and I want to get better. I was just watching outside. We went for a walk, and I decided I wanted to go into kind of drawing also spirit animals or critters or something. And I was asking my husband, what are nice spirit animals? Well, first I asked him to give me names of animals she likes, and he said elephant, and I was like, is an elephant really like a spirit animal? I was questioning that one, but apparently elephants are very caring animals. They even bury their own dead, at least that's what some people say. So yeah, I'll be very interested in having some spirit animals. But we actually found, because there's a tiny lake going, we actually found a crane sitting on one really nice perch, and I realized that the crane is actually a nice spirit animal. So we, I was thinking some raccoons, some hedgehogs, some foxes, a wolfie. So I still have to come up with all the list, but I wanted to draw them nice in an autumn theme. So that's going to be super cool. So I'm not gonna say a lot of details, but the way I want to draw them is going to involve them actually looking like half spirit, half real animal, right? So it's gonna be a lot of mist and fog and stuff. It's gonna be fun. But spirit animals are harder to come by than I might think. So, and I was like even wondering, for example, would a unicorn be a spirit animal? I don't know. A bear. Oh, a bear. Look, I forgot about the bear. How could I forget about bears, man? Bears are so cute. Yeah. Okay. Which part did I forget? This part here. I forgot. It's not that I forgot, but sometimes it's very hard to realize where the leaf ends and where it all starts. We saw a funny movie yesterday. A shadow in the sky. It's actually a World War II kind of inspired movie with this girl that goes on a plane, and somehow middle of the movie became a bit more interesting because there's gremlins involved, and I mean, it's not enough that you have Japanese, that you have to worry about the Japanese, you have to worry about the gremlins as well. So yeah, that's an interesting thing there. Okay, I think so far it looks nice. Anyway, this girl was really badass. She was a mother. And then what we find out at the end, that actually in World War II there were a lot of women that participated in the war. There were a lot of women that went to war, that were flying planes, that were flying cargo, that were actually in combat situations. I never expected that. I don't know why in my mind I thought that it was mainly the men that fought in World War II. But there were many women that went there. And they were showing some clips of some girls that were flying some planes, and they were flying, and their hair was in the wind like. And the funny part what I noticed is that they were all looking so relaxed. I guess the freedom of doing that, the freedom of flying that machine, is what all those girls were craving, right? Society were telling them that they're just girls, but in reality, yeah, in reality, things are never as they seem. Dum, dum, dum. I think I went way above and beyond here. Too much. I'm trying to deepen the colors and before I do the flowers, and it's going to dry differently, don't worry. Yeah, so that was an interesting movie. I mean, I don't know if I could have lived in those times in the 1940s with the restrictions that women had back then and all of that. I don't think I could. I think I would have cracked somehow or done something, Oh, although, yeah, if you think that this is how you're being raised, maybe I would have lived with it. Don't know. So today, I think there was some more Formula 1 in the Netherlands. The Netherlands was host for the Formula 1 in Zandvoort. So I saw a lot of people went there. It was a bit crowded though. I'm a bit worried about the crowdedness of what they experienced there. So I'm glad I didn't go. Although in the past I used to watch Formula 1 quite a lot. I don't know why. I used to like it in the past when I was younger. We used to go every Sunday. We used to do that. So yeah. My mom was into it as well. So that used to be nice. Let's see if we darken a bit the sky there. I used to watch by long time ago when Schumacher was still playing, and you had the Franzen guy, and you know, it was always McLaren versus Ferrari, kind of the fight, the whole fight. Yep. Don't know about now. I don't even know now who are the people that are on the top, or who are the people that are winning. Don't know. Maybe I should get back into it. I'm feeling like I'm missing out. But I'll probably hear tomorrow at work about everything about the sport. So I'll probably hear what happened. Notice that I'm darkening in between the leaves and everywhere. I want it to be a bit of a darker shade. Okay, I think that's pretty much okay, right? Oh, hey everyone. I cannot pronounce your name. I don't know. It's in a different alphabet, but hi. Hello everyone. Okay, we've done this. And by the way, my idea was that after I'm finished with this, I'm going to do a frame around it with some fine tech gold. So this is what I'm going to use, but after I finish. Okay, and now we can actually take our time and do the really nice flowers and everything, and then we're going to do the frame around it, and then we're gonna add lots of stars. Again, it's not really realistic, because if you have the moon, you probably won't see any stars. Let's be super clear. Once the moon is there, it's bright enough that there's no stars. But I would hate it for it to be super bare here, so I do want to make some stars. Okay, now we're gonna make the nice flowers, and I'm going to do the first one. Actually, it's going to be potter's pink. So the flowers are going to be super bright, right? If the sky is not that bright, it's okay. I think I'm going to make it a bit more darker here as well. But the flowers, I want them to be super bright and super nice. So it's gonna be, you know, pinks, and I'm gonna add magenta later on, and maybe some of them are gonna be with red and yellow, and so on. So you can see that the potter's pink is one of the colors that I use a lot. So don't stress. So how is everybody tonight? How is the weather by you? How's life treating you? I'm hoping everything is okay. The world seems to be moving on. I am excited. I am excited that you know, September and then October will come. It's gonna be fun. You might wonder, Claudia, why is it going to be fun? Because the change in colors and the change in everything, that's why it's gonna be fun. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait for it to change. Of course, I'm not looking forward to the weird weather but I'm looking forward to nice colors everywhere, and pretty much autumn. And I heard that unlike the summer, autumn is gonna be quite nice and mild, and it's gonna have really nice weather. And by nice weather I mean of course not that much of a rain because this is what we want. Okay, I'm going to add more darker color here by these ones, and I'm hearing a helicopter. Wow, that's an interesting. I haven't heard a helicopter in a long time. Or is it a plane? It might be a plane, but it's very low. By the way, my city is right next to one of the busiest airports, Schiphol. So there's always planes and so on, but lately they've taken another route and I am not always hearing them. But this was a pretty low plane that I'm hearing. And yes, it's so nice outside that I've let the windows open, because why not? Okay, that's a nice one. And the other one, this one. I'm going to do it like this. It's gonna be nice yellow. But I'm going to come with orange, so don't worry. This time I made the center of the flowers, like all of the stamen, I made them very close together, so I don't have to actually go around them. I can just skip that portion altogether. Makes it super easier to paint them. And I'm going to go with transparent orange. You might not see it, but this is what's called transparent orange. It's from StreamCam and it's a really nice orange. So I'm going to come here. I'm gonna add this transparent orange everywhere, and it's going to blend together with the yellow, with the new Gouache. It's gonna be nice. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice color. I know that these are anemones, but doesn't matter. They're still nice. Okay, so that one like that, and this one down. Oh yeah, look. We had some sky here in between the two flowers, and also here in between the two flowers. Now that's better. This one I want to make it with red, so alizarin crimson. Yeah, alizarin crimson. Let's go with that one. And then we're gonna go with perlin maroon and darken everything up. That's how we're gonna do this flower. So I'm adding color, then I'm coming with a clean brush all the time, coming with a clean brush and pulling the color on. I don't see anybody commenting yet or saying anything or asking questions. Just as a reminder, you can always ask questions about what I'm doing or anything else, right? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I'm okay. I don't bite usually. I don't bite usually. But yeah, this weekend was nice. I don't know if I should say this, but in the last few weeks, I actually haven't taken care of myself that much, and I haven't slept very well, or I've utilized the weekend to do some work. And this is one of the first weekends that I said, nope, I am going to do this differently. And I think it shows because I'm much more rested. So I don't know about you guys, but I think taking care of oneself is very important. And sometimes, especially when I'm working from home, I'm realizing that I'm doing too much. Don't know why. So I'm going to come, of course, with second layers of everything because there's it's normal. Okay. The alizarin crimson is actually, it's more of a color that sits close to violet or to pink. So yeah, need to be very careful what we do, how we do it. I'm gonna let it dry and then we're gonna come with second, third layer and so on, right? Like for example here, I'm really thinking it needs an extra layer. Extra. What I noticed is also YouTube has launched lots of new features, and especially with the shorts. So I'm actually considering if I should actually go into the shorts mania and do a lot of shorts. I think I can do lots of art shorts with what I do, and that would be cool. Okay, that was fun. And now this one, what color should we do it? Now that's an interesting question. That is a very interesting question. I think I'm going to go with even a brighter pink. I'm gonna go with opera pink. I'm going to go really bold opera pink and dioxin purple. Let's see if that works. It's gonna be a really bright piece, and the contrasting part is going to have the background. It's just super dark. So, oh, I love the opera pink. It's so pretty. Okay. Yeah. But I'm still advocating for more muted colors, of course, but opera pink is always really nice. I don't know how. They make for a really nice. This is one of the only senneliers that I still have, and which is the dioxin purple. I was telling the story way before when I was saying that I didn't like sennelia because I just thought that the colors don't very well mix. And the only colors that are left from the sennelia palette are this one, the dioxin purple. And now I'm gonna come with Opera Rose again because I think I put too much tags in purple. I'm gonna mix and match stuff. The center probably is gonna be yellow with orange. Yeah, this is a nice color. This color actually looks much more like what a real anemone looks like in the wild. So I did this, and now notice that we have tree here, and then all leaves, and then in here we have 4. So I'm going to repeat the colors. I'm not going to go into different colors or different things. We're just gonna repeat the colors, and you know, this is what the palette is going to be. The moon is going to be really nice yellow with orange, pretty much like this one. And then I'm thinking the centers, I'm going to think about it, but maybe I want them to be nice and yellow and the center to be super dark, maybe. Yeah, okay. I'm exchanging my pots of water, by the way, because I did the background and look how dirty it is. So I need clean water. So luckily I have 2 pots of water always, so I'm changing them, and now I can actually do with no problem the flowers. Okay, tum 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 tum. Okay, so alizarin crimson on this one. Yeah, that would be nice. That's gonna be nice. The difficulty is when there's tinier flowers, the concentration of the paint is much bigger. So, you know, they're gonna be much darker. And by the way, the tips of the flowers I'm going to have to do with some gray or black or something like that, because I really want to darken everything up. The only difference on this one is I really have to let it dry before I add the perlin maroon. Okay, that's a good one. I'm going to do this one with the yellow. So we start with new gouache, and then we're gonna do permanent yellow. Oh, permanent. We're gonna do transparent orange, not permanent yellow. Okay. Transparent orange. I just realized I could play a painter in the movie because I know how to play, you know. They can hire me to do the real brush strokes, and then they're gonna show some pretty lady, you know, being some pretty lady that is pretending to be the artist, and then I'm going to do the brush strokes in the back. That will be fun. Okay. Okay. That's definitely one of them. The other one and this one, let's do the same color here. So I mean, I'm not saying I'm not pretty. I mean, I am pretty. Okay, let's say I am pretty, but I am not as pretty as like the actresses and so on. So I'm just saying, like I would like to. Okay, so this is it. When I'm gonna be a famous artist, whenever that happens. Oh, thank you, Johan. I know I'm pretty. When I'm gonna be a famous artist and they're gonna make a movie of my life, you know, it's like the life of Claudia. I would like to actually play the person that paints, right? Because it needs to look the same. and then we're gonna play that, and then some younger version of me is gonna play me when I'm young, you know. Most probably I'm not gonna become a famous artist in this lifetime, but you never know. You never know. Never know what happens. Luck can come from so many different, and not only luck, but all of a sudden could be that your life is upside down because you go like, I'm never expecting this. I was never expecting this. I realized that my voice is super hyper all the time. And I was actually thinking, oh, I'm going to make these YouTube videos where people just listen to me talk and they're going to be super calm and they're going to go and fall asleep. And then I'm realizing that my voice is super hyper all the time. I don't think I'm very suited for the calming content everywhere. That's going to be nice. Okay. No, this one needs to be yellow. Why? Because the moon is gonna be yellow, so the moon cannot be next to something that is super yellow. Yeah. And oh, somebody's interestingly throat singing there. I figured out a way. I was drawing some moths. Do you guys know moths? Okay, I haven't done it on this one because I just figured out today how to make butterflies and moths. And I always thought that it's going to be super complicated, but actually I realized that it's not. It's actually quite simple. All the forms of the butterflies, the butterfly itself, when it sits inside a triangle. And I hadn't realized that before. And today is the first time that I realized that it's just a triangle, and it could be a skinnier triangle or a fatter triangle, and then the leaves follow the triangle. The leaves, the wings, they are following the triangle. It's interesting. When you realize that, then you can technically make any shape of moth or butterfly, because then it just becomes a variation of that one. I'll show you. But this is what I was doing today. I was actually trying to figure out a way to make moths, because hey, Halloween is coming and I wanted to have some really spooky Halloweeny stuff, and moths were the one spooky Halloweeny stuff that I wanted to have, and I'm so glad that I figured out a way to do it. It's so nice. So remember, if you're drawing a butterfly, draw a triangle first and then try to follow, to put your butterfly or your flying moth inside the shape of the triangle, and then you realize how the wings go. So yeah, I'm not sure if anybody figured that one out before, but based on my scientific calculations, because I was measuring some other, like real life moths, and I was measuring just to figure out what the ratio is between wingspan and body. That was really important for me so that I could draw it more realistic. And interestingly enough, the ratio was pretty much like a triangle. And that after I measured quite a few, I was like, nah, that can't be it. But actually, yeah, that was it. So expect a little bit more moths and more butterflies in my next pieces, because I've incorporated them already. By the way, I'm going already with second layer, alizarin crimson, because perlin maroon, I think it's way too dark, and I can do this one with perlin maroon, but at least the other part is lighter with alizarin crimson, so that's good. Okay, one thing I didn't mention today, while I was biking through the forest, surprisingly it was smelling exactly like the forest that you get in the Efteling, and I was so happy because it kind of transported me into there, and I was smiling. Oh yeah, funny story. I was smiling, and there were lots of people running and also some people biking, and I was all smiles. I was like saying hello to everybody, literally saying hello to everybody on the road, and people were looking at me strange, because normally if you're on a bike, normally you don't say hello to people running, and vice versa. If you're running, you say hello to the other runners, but you never say hello to people on the bike. I don't know why, it's kind of an unspoken thing, but for me, I was saying hello to everybody, and I was like, hi. And there was this older lady running, and she was running with her friend that was a bit ahead. And I said hello, and I passed her, right? And she starts yelling, fietser, and that in Dutch means biker, to her other friend, aka, hey, look out, there's a crazy biker here that's actually saying hello instead of just passing us. I thought it hilarious. I was like, okay, people, it's just a hello here. I'm not, I'm not that crazy. But yeah. Okay. Permanent magenta. Let's see how that goes. That goes nice. So, what was I saying? Yeah, saying that I've decided I need to lose weight. That means I'll have to do a lot more exercise every day, and not only exercise but different type of diets. So, I posted on my Instagram today. We started meal prepping, so this week is gonna be lots of chicken, and we've done all the chicken already for the entire week for 3 people basically. And this gonna be for lunches. It's not gonna be for dinners. Dinners are a bit different, okay? But yeah, it's gonna be nice. I am mixing colors here and there just to see if I can get them a bit more darker sometimes. So what's going to be the program? It's going to be biking or running alternate days with doing some gym work, some lifting and stuff. And no, I don't have a gym, but I do have kettlebells at home, and this is what I'm going to have. I mean, I don't go to a gym. I'm still not comfortable enough going and doing my exercises with other people in this pandemic, but I have some kettlebells at home and so on, and I'm going to do some exercises. I realized that in the past it was like this. Would have gone to work and I would have walked around 3 kilometers, because I would never take the bus before, because I thought it was very expensive. So for me, I needed to save money, and to save money I would walk, and I would walk to the train station. And, that saves me more than €100 a month by just doing that. So, you know, way in, way out, 1.5 kilometers back and forward. So I used to do that every day going to work, right? So walking. Then I used to go to the gym alternate days, doing CrossFit, and then I used to run and have 1 day of rest. And I haven't done that, you know. Has been I haven't done it since this whole thing began. So yeah, this is the reality. Now, even if I do exercise, right, there's no way I can account for that much lost exercise, because even if I do that, I'm still gonna miss the 3 kilometers of walking every day. I'm still gonna miss the gyms and the runs and everything. I mean, it's no wonder that I started gaining weight if I was doing so much before, you know. By the way, this is the eucalyptus, and I'm really doing it with the turquoise blue. This is turquoise blue, cobalt turquoise actually, but you know, turquoise blue. And the underneath one I'm going to do with green. And the green I'm choosing, let me think, I should be this hooker's green from StreamCam. It's gonna be nice. Yeah, it's still a very bright green, but it stands in contrast with the blue green that I added there, so that's why it's nice. Yep. Funny eucalyptus. By the way, I'm going to go up at the end. For now, I just want to finish the down part, and because there's still quite some stuff to do and some leaves to have fun. Yeah. Almost forgot what nice it is to color in with the Schmink and the Daniel Smith. That's because they're so transparent that you don't even realize. So let's try to do a second layer here. They're so transparent, and you can do the glazing so nice. Like the Japanese ones are nice colors, but it's very hard to do glazing and do this kind of variations. Okay. Dum dum dum. Yep. Those are nice, and once the green underneath, I'm going to add another layer there. Okay. So what would be nice colors to make? Okay, let's do some of them really bright and some of them not so bright. Let's try the not so bright ones. The not so bright ones are gonna be more olivey. Olivia. If I'm going to have, okay, so let's talk about kids' names. I was thinking what would be nice girls' names to have, like if I were a girl. I am a girl, but you guys remember that I told you that when I was young, my mom thought I'm going to be a boy like my brother. So I have a brother. So my mom thought it's going to be another boy. So she had a name prepared for me, and the name was, surprise, surprise, Maximilian. But I ended up being a girl, so my mom had to come up with a name really fast, and she came up with the name Claudia. That's fine. All is fine, right? But you know, I wanna be prepared in case I ever get kids. What would be nice names of girls? So I've been you know, reading books, watching movies and so on. So I do have a short list, and Olivia is on that short list. It's a nice name. Don't know why, but it's a nice name. I remember that there was this Romanian book when I was young that I was reading, and the book was called the last day of love, the first day of war, right? And it's about this couple, and it's about World War II and how, you know, they meet, they get married, there's lots of love, and then they break up, and then they meet again just before the guy has to go to work, like one day before war. So that's why it says the last day of love, the first day of war, and how, you know, how people change and how people react, and how it was a nice one. But the character name, the girl's character's name was Olivia. That's when it's okay. Although she's not really I would call the villainess of, you know, the antagonist of the story. I still liked the name. I still liked it, and I still like it right now. And it's always nice to read books. So Olivia is one. Of course, I always like Lara Croft, so I'm thinking Lara, but I'm also thinking Laura, because Laura is really nice. So, yeah, anyway. I have many more names in my back pocket, so to say. Okay. This tiny one should be the same color as well. I always have this tendency of drawing way too many leaves. That makes it impossible for me to actually make sure that I don't have two colors next to each other that are the same. But anyway. Dun dun dun. This tiny one also the same. And we're going to go with this. Yeah. This is too tiny to have a gradient, to be honest. Okay, what are the other ones? If this was rich green gold and so on, then maybe... Okay, maybe the other ones just needs to be like... Oh, let's try May green. It's gonna be super random. And we're gonna go with permanent green afterwards. The nice part about having the background first is that I am seeing myself that I'm going over the lines, but it doesn't matter because you guys cannot see that. No, permanent green, man, permanent green. Because it's in the dark there, so you don't see it. Oh, this is a nice leaf. I missed my May green, permanent green. May green is from Schminke, and it's a really nice green. It's really neon-y, right? let's put it this way, it's really neony, but permanent green kind of cuts through that one and makes it towards blue, so it's really nice. I'm actually thinking of adding the permanent green also on the eucalyptus part. Yeah, this is like the hooker's green. Again, whoever came up with the name, shame on you, but you know, that one, and then permanent green, and that makes it really nicer. Yep. You know, the eucalyptus has some stuff in here, but I'm going to do that with gold when I'm going to do the gold frame and everything. So don't get sidetracked. Dum dum dum. And usually these pieces take quite some time to make, right? So now you see it real life. Now you actually see it how in real life a piece like this takes. And you know, some people are like, why aren't you posting every day on Instagram, or why aren't you, you know, doing this and that? And I'm like, well, I could do two things. I could either post in progress artwork, so that is an option, or I could do really tiny pieces, but is that really my style? Just to satisfy an algorithm? I don't know. I'm still debating on that one. The stems, stems. The stems needs to be an interesting color. Let's see. Should I try this olive color? Olive green from StreamCam. Yeah, that's okay. That is okay. Okay. So we kind of done this part, right? We let it dry, and now we can try to do the upper part, okay? And we're gonna use the same colors. And I'm going to scoot this one a bit more like this, yeah, so that I can actually reach. What did I do here? That is way too much cobalt turquoise. I think the more water it has and the more it sits there, the more it's okay. The more creamier it becomes, you know? And then you get this. But it's okay. I'm going to do it with lots of water. And we're going to have some fun. So initially I started in this corner and I was thinking if I need to go up, or maybe I should have done a gradient only on the sky, right? It was very much undecided from my part. What should I do? I just wasn't sure. And then the upper part happened, but without the moon. Right, I was thinking, oh, I can come from this side and then meet in the middle. And then for some reason I decided to have the moon there, and that's okay. But maybe it wasn't such a conscious decision from that point of view. So I'm not sure. if what I've done. Look what I forgot here. I forgot a piece of sky. I knew that was looking a bit weird. I think I'm still in the mindset of the doodling, because this is what I used to do when I used to do doodling. I used to just start in a corner and move my way up. And, you know, I didn't have a plan. I was just doing from one flower to the next. And I think I'm still in that kind of mentality. Okay. Now that looks cleaner, right? That looks way cleaner. Okay. And now again, Hooker's green. What did, oh yeah, if you're wondering what type of music I listened to today, funny enough, it was Irish music. Like, I don't know what came over me. It was Irish/Celtic music. It all started with me listening to the Song of Durin from Euriel. It's from the Hobbit, right? So it's the Song of Durin, and it's a really sad song, let's put it this way, but I really liked the girl that sings it. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, let's listen to some more on this genre. And then I went down the rabbit hole, and 5 hours later I was only listening to that type of music. I normally don't listen to such music, but you know, this time that was it. It was quite fun. It kind of somehow calmed me down, so I would say it had a calming effect. You notice what I did here? I made a boo-boo. I made a mistake on this leaf here because I painted it half with blue, but it's okay because you can go over it, so that's fine. Okay. Now what did we have? We had one leaf like this, one leaf with undersea green and perlin green, right? And this one on the same. On this side I didn't do that many leaves coming from above, but still there's quite some. Okay, and this is quite nice. Yeah, and now I'm going to do the perlin green on the down part and here. Yeah, Celtic music was really fun. While I was biking, I was listening to CrossFit music, which somehow ended up in rap. Don't know why, but it was okay. I was on the bike, so I usually don't check my phone anymore after I put the music on the bike, because then I have to stop. It's quite dangerous while you're biking really hard to stop for this kind of thing, so I didn't. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm doing this kind of long designs, is I really want to have some nice designs to put on the back of, I want to do covers for phones. So this is the reason why I'm doing these long designs. And I thought that this was easier to do than trying to retrofit one of the other designs into a phone case. I mean, this has it all. Okay, now we're gonna use the same colors, okay, the same things as we use here. I am actually adding a little bit more color here. I just thought it was a bit too dull. Yep. While wanting to do the other flowers, I'm fixing these flowers here. Okay, so theoretically, one of them will be this one, Potter's Pink, because there are 4 flowers, right? So I'm gonna do Potter's Pink with Opera Rose and some others. It's a really tiny flower. Notice how I only go with a clean brush and I'm just pulling the color. I don't want to make it, and now I'm coming and I'm scooping the color out. I don't want to make it too strange. Okay. This is the other one with the Opera Rose. I'm gonna do the same, and the other one of them is gonna be with the yellow and the other one is gonna be with the red. And these are the flowers above. And if you're wondering where did I take, I'm not gonna say the inspiration or where did I look for it, is I'm reading lots of mangas lately, and it's a kind of a style nowadays to arrange your, so let's assume that they have a nice lady or a nice scene where you show, you know, the main characters, and they're always around them made with flowers. So this is where I'm drawing my inspiration, because I'm reading so many mangas lately that, you know, this is what I see. Of course, what I don't have is a nice scene, as in I do not have characters that I'm going to frame with the flowers or anything. But doesn't mean that I don't like the idea of the flowers coming from 2 directions and having some fun there. Okay, let's do the last one. Ooh. This is the new Gouache, and then we're gonna do the orange. Yeah. Okay. And I'm coming in with the transparent orange. Notice I have not changed my brush the whole time. It's been a number 5 brush, and it's okay because it's a rounded, pointed tip brush. So I can do a lot with it, to be honest. Okay. Now, for the pièce de résistance, this one is a lot more pink. Okay. Once it's dry, I'm gonna do the other color. And that one needs a little bit more darker pink. Okay. Now, this is where you need to be careful because this is really tiny, so color goes a long way into making it super dark. Okay. Oh, I put some water in here. Normally I don't mind, but I don't want to have blooms. Yep. Once it's dry, we're gonna add different colors, okay? Now, secondary color on that one, aka a little bit more blue. Notice how awkward it is for me to draw the other way around. Don't do like me, right? Don't do like me, because if you do like me, you're gonna have the same problem. Be brave enough to just rotate your painting. Okay. Yep. And I did say that I wanted to go with the permanent green onto the other leaves of the eucalyptus. Permanent green, some permanent green here, some permanent green here. Okay. Tum tum tum. I don't know why, but I like permanent green, and I don't know why not many sets have it. I was trying to figure out, like, when you buy a Daniel Smith or something, what type of greens they have, but they don't come by default with permanent green, which is a shame, because it's a really nice green. Okay, this color blended in together, which is nice. Okie dokie. Now, all that is left is, yeah, you guessed it, the moon, and then the details all around here, and the centers. And the centers, I'm thinking neutral tint. Let's actually do the centers of the flowers. Neutral tint is really dark. Because I want these ones to actually stay white, and I'm gonna go with the white gel pen everywhere, and I'm gonna make them super white, so it's gonna be a nice contrasting color. Neutral tint versus the world. And then the rest is gonna be white, right? Okay. Maybe I'm gonna even add some Payne's gray to it, just to darken it some more. Yep. Tum tum tum. I mean, these are anemones, and anemones have a really dark center. Like, this is how they are in reality. Even darker than this. Like, what I did here is small peanuts compared to what they have in real life. Did you guys know what the cool property of neutral tint is? If you didn't know, you might think, oh, neutral tint is just a weird... It's actually being used to add shadows first, when depending where do you want to utilize it. But what is happening, it's permanent. So you put it down as the first layer, it's going to be permanent. So you can actually come with more transparent colors on top and make really cool gradient. So you say you put first the shadows with a neutral tint, then you can come with transparent colors on top of it, and then you don't lift off the color of the other one. Okay, you're gonna see when I'm going to come with the white all around that this is gonna pop this contrast. Okay, now it doesn't really pop, but it's going to. I'm almost tempted to leave the moon as is, almost emptied, but we're gonna do some nice coloring. Okay, what color should the moon be? The moon, I think, maybe I'll bring my other palette. Oh, Marlena. Hi Marlena, how are you? We haven't heard from you today. So this is my tiny palette, and this is my where I have my quinacridone gold hue actually, and nickel azo yellow. So I'm gonna start with the nickel azo yellow, and then we're gonna go with the gold hue. Okay. So this is nickel azo yellow. It's a really nice rich color, and when you look at it you might think, but isn't nickel azo yellow the same as the new Gouache? Because in color composition it is. So when you put them next to each other they look very similar. There's only one small tiny difference, although in color hue, so the hue of the color it's pretty much the same. The composition of it is different because it is actually a transparent color. So nickel azo yellow is transparent, whereas the new Gouache is much more opaque. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. And I guess when I was testing them, right, I was noticing that also Indian yellow is very similar Indian yellow, right? But again, it's different layers of being opaque or not. So you have to choose the one that is working for you. And for me, new Gouache, I have to really be careful how I utilize it, because I need to dilute it with water. But nickel azo yellow, not so much. Okay, now I'm going to use this one. This is quinacridone gold hue, and this is a really nice red yellow, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to blend this color in the nickel azo yellow. Okay. I'm gonna blend some more. Okay. And then I'm gonna go with Tundra Orange, and Tundra Orange is again a really nice yellow, but it's more brownish orangey kind of hue, and I'm going to utilize that one as well. And now you see how cool this part is. Really nice gradient, man, really nice gradient. Okay. By the way, I needed this green or something to do the stems. Yeah, okay, good. Finalize that part. And now Tundra Orange for the moon. And then comes the details, okay? Just, it is what it is. The details are the white gel pens kind of details and so on. So this is what we need to do. also here. Notice that the Tundra orange is very super granulating because they're from the super granulating set, and it creates this really nice effect. Okay. Okay, cool. And now we're going to prepare. Maybe actually I should have this one open because I want to put some gouache here, and I want to add the details with gouache. Okay, and the gouache I have. Let me see if I can find it actually. Uh-oh. Okay, this is the gouache. The gouache I have is a Holbein artist gouache. It's a permanent white. So I'm going to put a little bit down. And I have my number 1. So I wanna add you see how nice it is, and of course you can do with the white gel pen, but to be honest I think the gouache gives a nicer finish. Okay. The gouache is crisper than the white gel pen. White gel pen is good, but not as good as the gouache, to be honest. So, I mean, not as good as, it doesn't have as good coverage as the gouache has. Okay. Dum dum dum. Yeah, that looks much nicer. This is a number 0 brush, by the way. If you're wondering what type of brush it is, it's a number 0. And we're, you know, closing in on just adding the details in the last parts. So, don't worry. Okay. The details are what makes a piece the piece, because sometimes it just looks unfinished if you don't add this last struggle, as I call it. Okay. Now it actually looks nice, and of course I'm gonna come with some gold and so on. And now I'm regretting putting so much white gouache everywhere. But I'm going to probably do the stars as well with it, so don't worry. This is gonna be nice. Okay. And now let's do some stars, because I do believe it requires some stars. Notice how I'm keeping the brush perpendicular to everything. And sometimes I'm barely touching, sometimes I'm not. I'm gonna add black dots in a lot of places, so don't worry. Okay. This is gonna take me a while to add stars and oh, it's quite fun. It's quite fun, I would say. And I did a mistake there for not actually. I should have taped the upper part as well, but oh well. We live and we learn. Hey, some of these are not that many stars, some of them are okay. I'm trying to do a weird star there. Didn't work out as I was hoping. Dun, dun, dun. Some parts have more star than others. Some parts not. Don't know. I used to have a stencil that would add stars to the sky. Maybe I should have used the stencil. At least those are uniform, right? I'm doing random now. Dun, 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 dun. And now we're gonna add some more stars here. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. It's okay. Looks okay. Looks pretty much as I would expect it to look like. Let me see if I can scoop up this part and put it back. Are you guys still with me? It's almost 2 hours now. This was one of those very big ones. I think next time I'll do a tinier one. I'm scooping up the gouache. I don't like it when it dries out and then I can't use it anymore. So, you know, I'm just gonna utilize it now. I feel like I don't know, white gouache finishes so fast because I'm always scooping too much of it. So I'm feeling like I'm having a sort of duty to utilize more of it. Okay. And now the last parts are going to be some gold things. Yep. And the gold part is with the fintech. Yep. Let's add some gold. Just this gold. You have to let it soak in a bit. Okay. And then I'm going to come. I'm gonna do these pieces with gold. These are the ends of the eucalyptus. I just thought that would be nice to have some gold sparkle here and there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't really see the gold sparkle on the moon, so we're not gonna do that, okay? What we're gonna do though is we're gonna take it off. So we're gonna take this part off, and then we're gonna do the margin with it, okay? So okay, and that's literally the last part we're gonna do, and maybe some black dots here and there, but for now I still like it. Okay, number 1. Let's see if I can do this line with a number 1 brush. And I took inspiration from Druid Studio on Instagram. She had this really nice, I'm gonna have to keep it at an angle. She had this really nice idea where she had a nice frame around her painting, and the painting was framed with gold. So I did tell her that I will try out her idea, because I thought it was really nice, but I have no idea how she did it. I have no idea how she did it, because it looked like really crisp. So maybe she used a ruler or something. I'm going to try to do it by hand. It's okay. It's still going to look nice. I just wanted it to be framed, because otherwise it would have... I always find it weird that it just falls off, you know? Oh no. I even stopped talking because I'm so concentrated on this line. Concentration is to the max. And I was planning to do a corner as well. So this was the corner with the yellow. And then this was the flower here in a corner. Let's see if we can make that. Yeah. I'm going to erase those lines later on. For now, this is it. Looks okay. Looks good. The question is, can I actually do a better line if I use a bigger brush than a number 1? That is the question I have. Because if I have a bigger brush, I can actually take more paint. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna try. I'm gonna try with a number 5. I'm gonna load it up, and I'm gonna make sure that it has a point. And then we're gonna see the... Oh yeah, why didn't I try that one in the beginning? I kept trying with the number 1 brush, but truth be told, you don't have to worry. You can do it with the number 5 and actually finalize everything faster. For those of you who are just joining, welcome. We are at the last pieces of this nice illustration where we're doing a golden frame around everything. And by the way, the easiest way is to just drag the brush. Keep your hand stable and drag the brush. And I officially did a 2-hour live stream. Hey, in preparation for my big one that I wanted to do, like the 12-hour live stream, this is in preparation for that one. Okay. And I really like this gold. I don't know why I couldn't. I mean, I have lots of gold paints. Like when I say a lot of gold paints, I say I know what I'm talking about. I have a lot of gold paints from different brands. From Daniel Schmidt, from Schminke, from Kuretake, from everything. In the end, the Fine-Tech ones, the German brand, those ones are so far the best. I cannot say that, like, the concentration of the mica powder is so big that it's really nice. Okay, I think I've done it. Let's turn it around and let's look at it again. Okay. Don't know if you can see the sparkle, but it has so much sparkle. Has lots of sparkle. It really looks nice. Oh, hello, Andre. Hello. Welcome back. Woohoo! You joined us at the end of the journey, but thank you so much for joining, irrespective. Thank you. We are finishing right now, but next time is going to be another cool one. Next time is next Wednesday. Another cool wide one. Like I'm saying, I'm making this design so I can make them on a nice back of a phone. So I'm trying my best. This is one. I have another wide one, and then we can do. Oh, sorry. That looks pretty amazing. Oh, thank you. No one, Andre. Well, you can catch up next time. But thank you so much for joining. It's so nice. And thank you, Marlena. It's really nice and lovely. Almost 2 hours. Oh my god, almost 2 hours live stream. I think I'm going to go and drink like a ton of water right now. But I really enjoyed this, and I think I did good for starting with the sky first. Okay. Thank you for everybody that joined. Thank you, Guadalupe. Thank you, Johan. Thank you, Marlena. And thank you, Andre, for joining. But I'll see you guys next time. And, have a wonderful week. And I hope that the weather holds and that it's going to be nice. Okay? See you guys.